time for the mashup of the week. This is episode 2 for mashup with our second season here. Of course, be sure to tune into Geeks Who Like Sports every week, wherever you hear your podcasts and whatnot, to get the full episode. But this is our special social media mashup. Lee, you got a good one for us today, we think.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers didn't do anybody favors by bringing up pandemic level vaccines, but he did do us a favor by calling Travis Kelce Mr. Pfizer. And
Mr.
Kelce,
Pfizer.
Yeah, Kelce played it off like, hey, it sounds like a villain name. So, as you do, Ray, I said, well, Ray and I now need to trade athletes, and we have to come up with super villain names for those athletes, which is the mashup. So this is the rules. And again, Ray and I do not know who we've picked for each other. The rules are it has to be from the cities that we root for. So for Ray, that's New York. For me, that's Philadelphia. It can be any sport, but it has to be an athlete from within the last 23 years, we'll say. They had to play from 2000 on just to keep this there. Of course, nobody played in 2020, but that's okay. And the idea is we have to think and come up with a super villain name. We got to do it together if we need. Yeah. But that's how we're going to go. Now, Ray, would you like me to go first in giving you the name, or would you like to give me the name first?
I will give you a name first.
Okay. We're going to put a fake drum roll in here, please. There it is.
Okay. So this was when you pitched this to me, this was the first name that popped in my head. Allen Iverson.
Oh, no. The answer, he already has a nickname. Allen Iverson, we have to pick a supervillain name for him.
Yes.
Oh, man, that's going to be, I mean, the obvious one coming to my head is Professor Practice.
Yes.
All right. We're talking about practice. Not a game, not the game that I die for. I'm Professor Practice, right? That's the obvious one.
Yeah.
Right. I think we need to do with that one. I don't know if there's another one for him that's going to be better than that.
No, I think that's perfect. I think you nailed it. It's both the first one I thought of, but I also think this is a good way to get warmed up for this segment.
Right. No, it would definitely be Professor Practice would be his name. He's, when I think about Iverson too, it's funny when you look back on his career, because this is a guy who rose from the dead multiple times. Mm-hmm. From his college career, we got in a lot of trouble. He's kind of the bad boy of basketball for a while, but man, what a competitor. He was really the only one that could kind of compete with the Lakers at the time. And this is right around 2000, Ray. You made just the cutoff on this one.
Yeah.
But he's a hero in Philadelphia today. And I think Professor Practice, the irony of that alone is that's got to be his name, Professor Practice.
Absolutely. All right, now you give one to me.
Right. Obviously, in New York, there's a lot, I don't want to say this is a layup. I'm both equally as intrigued with this one as I am like it's obvious, right? Mm-hmm. Your athlete from the New York Giants. Give you another tease. Somehow had a watch named after him, Jeremy Shockey.
Jeremy. I mean, obviously the shocker is the first
shocker
one.
Can't be used, and you can't use Time Lord.
Yeah.
That's it. That's reserved for Doctor Who. We're not gonna insult Doctor Who with that.
Jeremy Shockey. Oh.
Kind of similar to Iverson. I'll give you some time to think.
The toxic, the toxic tight end.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's the first thing. I was thinking is the Toxic Avenger movie is on my mind. The toxic tight end. Tight end.
That's not bad. The toxic tight end by Pfizer. Yeah. So now here it is. The real mashup when the toxic tight end takes on Professor Practice. The villains. Who are the heroes coming to save them? You might need to tune back in for that.
Yeah.
These are good villains. These are way better than Calendar Man.
That's true. DC wishes they had us writing for them.
Well, we could make some good stories here. Okay. We could make some good stories. But that's it. Professor Practice, the toxic tight end. But we want to know what you think. So this is how it's going to work for you this week, guys. We're going to give you some artistic freedom. You pick an athlete from your city. Yeah. And either you can give them a name and share that name with us, and we'll tell you how horrible it is. Or you can ask us to come up with a nickname for that person too. We're happy to do it. We don't have a lot of time, but we have time for you.
Yes, we could do a part 2 to this one if we get enough comments and whatnot. But yeah, otherwise, or we'd love to hear what you guys think for sure. Yeah, I think so. That'll do it for this week's
That's
mashup.
gonna do it for this week's
So,
mashup.
yeah.
It's a short show, but that's why we do it.
Yes. So thanks for tuning in. Again, tune into the normal show every week, of course, wherever you get your podcast. We always appreciate it. For Lee, I'm Ray, and this has been the Geeks Who Like Sports mashup.
Mashup.
Toxic tight end.
Hi, Professor Practice.